2 plastic methods of payment. 3 is not a bad idea either. That way you have a primary card that you're going to be using, and then a couple of backups in case for some reason the card that you're using no longer works. So the second thing that you have to be cognizant of, especially if you're traveling to Europe, is whether or not your card is even going to work. A lot of merchants in Europe do not take cards that have the magnetic stripe anymore. They've converted to what's referred to as chip and pin technology, which is essentially a microchip inside of the card that replaces the home of the information that's normally on the mag strip. So be sure that you do a little bit of research before you hop on the airplane and you determine whether or not the cards that you're going to be bringing are cards that are even going to work where you're going. Call your bank, call the credit card issuing bank, the bank with whom you do business, and ask them, hey look, here's where I'm headed. Do I need a card that has the chip and pin technology? And if the answer is yes, then ask them to issue you one. And you're going to want to do this, I would suggest, several weeks in advance. Don't do this the night before you're leaving, or you may find yourself without a method of payment until you actually arrive at your destination. You have to have your credit card issuer actually ship you a card, which is not a terribly efficient or convenient thing to have to do. And then finally, the most important thing when choosing which is the best credit card to use for international travel is foreign transaction fees. A foreign transaction fee is essentially a fee that is charged for the ability to use your card in a foreign country. Think of it kind of like a currency conversion fee. And the fee is not negligible. It's usually between 1 to 3% of your transaction, which can become very expensive. It can add up quickly. Having said that, there are several credit cards that do not currently have foreign transaction fees. And the reason I say currently is because this seems to ebb and flow over time and it changes. So just because your card today has a foreign transaction fee doesn't mean that it's going to tomorrow, and vice versa. If you have a card right now that you know has no foreign transaction fees, you have no idea if that's actually going to be true in 6 months. And so, again, before you hop on the airplane, it's not a bad idea to call your credit card issuing bank and ask them, hey, look, I'm going to bring this card with me. Does it have a foreign transaction fee? If it does, what is the amount? 1%, 2%?